In the United States of America, they want on Juneteenth for you to celebrate those who stole Africans. That is what's infuriating about it. And I've watched several videos of hers about this. And I just want to follow up because she's leaving out a big part of it. In the United States of America, this comes from Galveston, Texas. But African selling ancestors, those who are the ancestors of those who sold human beings, want to celebrate Juneteenth.
What's going on with these Ghanaians and their incessant need to force themselves into Black American business? Their president is out here actively trying to represent us on our reparations claim. And now we've got this tether. In Montgomery, Alabama, the place where Rosa Parks stood on business and started the bus boycott. A place that you could call the heart of the civil rights movement. Doing what these Ghanaians have always done. Exploiting my ancestors, all in the name of making a buck.
Check this out, y'all. This is how Africans and Caribbeans capitalize off Black American holidays.
Celebration of Juneteenth, we have just launched a really special African Net Sponge bundle. This one we're calling Sankofa. It's a very special bundle, and we're launching it in celebration of Juneteenth to honor our heritage and celebrate who we are.
This is not about honoring or celebrating Juneteenth. This is strictly the money, dollars. She about to make a couple of thousand off these products. As a Black American, if you're a Black American, I would not support this at all. Because if you turned around and did some type of Ghana day, one of their celebrations, I'm not even familiar with what they celebrate because it's not known like that. They could make money and get away with it because Black American holidays are known, right? But back to my point, no one, you wouldn't be able to make money because no one from Ghana, no Ghana people will buy the product from you because they'll just look at it like you're marketing and capitalizing off their culture. This is like cultural appropriation to its fullest. But anyway, I'm gonna check out that Trump travel ban list. I'm gonna check that list out.
You see how she said during the video, our heritage? No. You know what's crazy about that? She's talking about people thousands of miles away across the whole ocean when she wouldn't even try that on people on her own continent. She wouldn't go to a Somalian and say our heritage because she know better. She wouldn't go to an Ethiopian and say our heritage because she know better. She's Ghanaian. She wouldn't try that on nobody else in those 54 African countries, but she's trying that on us. So the question you got to be asking yourself is, why? She's trying that on us because we're the most poppin' culture in the world. So this ain't no about our heritage. This is about you trying to exploit us. And we're not having it.
This picture isn't insulting because of division. It's insulting because it represents erasure. It's like you're taking a cultural group that had nothing to do with Juneteenth, nothing to do with Black Americans at all, and then trying to insert their culture in replace of ours to celebrate something that only has to do with us. This West African Ghanaian culture does not represent Black Americans at all. No Black American grew up eating egusi soup or okra soup or jollof rice. Like, that's not a part of our culture. That would be like Black Americans having soul food in Ghana as a replacement for jollof or banku or whatever they were having in celebration of some festival that only had to do with their people. It just wouldn't make sense. We have our own culture, and that culture is what should be represented and celebrated for Juneteenth. I feel like this is another slap in the face from the Pan-Africans, basically saying that our Black American culture is not good enough, so we need to replace it with something more African to represent Juneteenth. Like with the whole Juneteenth celebration in Ghana, it's like, I'm just not seeing the connection here. It's okay for us to be American. It's okay for us to just be us.
Celebrate the day. Don't impose your culture on the day. If y'all want to celebrate us, but don't come through trying to make money off of us because that's very exploitive. Don't try to colonize us and impose you guys' culture on ours. Have fun with it. Like we want to celebrate the Caribbean Day Parade. I don't personally, I would never, But if a black American wanted to celebrate the Caribbean Day Parade, come there, but don't set up a vendor slot and start selling fried chicken and macaroni. We wouldn't do that.
Stop trying to erase Black American culture and recenter yourself. Black Americans are not in a diaspora with Africans, okay? We're in a diaspora with other Black Americans across this nation. So let's first start there. So it seems like every year we're going to have this conversation about culturalist vultures who want to enter into Black American spaces and then take over and be centered, all on the complexity, which isn't really complex, about having similar skin complexion allows you to enter into our cultural spaces and want to be centered. So what am I talking about? Well, of course, I'm talking about Juneteenth. So we're about 30 days almost away from Juneteenth. And if you guys are over here like, well, when's Juneteenth? Then open a book and fucking read, because they're talking about, oh, well, why are Black Americans always trying to gatekeep? Because the fuck we can. It's our culture. It's not yours. Nobody's sitting here talking about, oh my God, I want to take over anything that's dealing with the Africans or the Caribbeans or anything like that, or the islanders. We don't care.
What's wild about the whole situation is everybody gatekeeps. You come say something about the small hats, they're gonna check you. You're probably gonna get canceled. Ask Kanye, ask Kyrie. You can't say nothing about the small hats because they're gonna gatekeep and check you. Every culture, every ethnic group gatekeeps. But when it comes to us, everybody has a problem because they think they can come in, treat us like a buffet, take what they want, eat until they're full, and then go back to their own culture. And now we're saying no. And now everybody got a problem when everybody else does it.
Because at the end of the day, Black culture is a Black American culture. Y'all have y'all individuals' cultures that are legal wherever you're from. Black culture is Black American culture. You being enslaved and having a history of enslavement in your home country does not mean that you have automatic access to Black American culture. Celebrating is one thing, centering yourself is another. Black Americans are not saying that you cannot celebrate, because I know you're talking about, oh, well, we were all slaves before, so we can celebrate it. We can have Afro beats. I've seen some stupid bitch talking about, well, if Afro beats aren't there, then I'm not going to be there. Well, bitch, don't be there because we don't want you there. Because Afrobeats is not a part of Black American history. Y'all literally don't want us to center ourselves in anything. Y'all can celebrate without being centered. Celebrate without being centered. Celebrate without making it into the Afro beads, the Jamaican beads, and anything else that's not Black American. First of all, Black Americans have the most popular genres of music. There's no way in hell that you're sitting here on Juneteenth and not playing anything that's Black American. And y'all sitting here talking about, oh, well, we're all Black. Well, that's funny, because if we're all Black, then why aren't Black Americans sitting here in y'all's cultural festivals centering themselves? Oh, because we actually understand what cultural boundaries are. We actually have respect. Unlike the most of you, have no fucking respect whatsoever when it comes to Black Americans, because you want to erase everything about us, because you want us to be one big giant Black Negro. We are the goats. We are the ones who sit up here and we create the culture that y'all thrive off of. The ones who want to go to our HBCUs, the ones who want to feed off of all the scholarships and grants under the guise of Blackness, knowing damn well that those scholarships were not written for anybody other than Black Americans. And before y'all even get started on talking about, well, I was born here. Being born here doesn't make you a part of a lineage. If I had a child right now with another Black American and I had him in freaking Trinidad and Tobago, that doesn't mean that my child is lineage from that country. Absolutely not. So y'all really be sitting here talking about, oh my God, we're so much smarter than Black Americans. How are you so much smarter, but something so simple is escaping your brain cells? It literally makes no sense. So while you're sitting there talking about, oh my God, we just are all Black and this is so divisive. No, what's divisive is wanting to center yourself in accomplishments. That's literally it. Stop sitting here over here trying to Africanize anything that deals with Black Americans, and that is called erasure. And we're not going to deal with that. And also, let me make it super clear that the colors are red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. There's no African nothing in Black Americans celebrating Juneteenth. So let's start there. Then let's move over to the fact that Juneteenth is not something that is only for people who are currently living in Texas that can celebrate. Are sitting here telling Black Americans that they can't celebrate Juneteenth and be centered in a holiday that's for Black Americans, forgetting the fact that a lot of us are rooted in that same exact area. Like, I have family that is currently living in Texas. So you're not gonna tell me I never celebrated, and I was born and raised in the Midwest. I also saw some of you silly bitches talking about, oh, well, when we have Carnival, Black Americans are there celebrating. What's the difference? Oh, what's the difference? First of all, I don't fucking celebrate that shit. But the difference is that Black Americans are not going to y'all celebration centering Black Americans. We're not demanding that R&B, country, rock, hip hop, jazz, all them fucking categories that our people created. We're not demanding that when we go to y'all shit, that y'all play our shit there. We're not centering it and stating, well, we're all black, so you should be celebrating Black Americans too. See, y'all really play deaf, dumb, and stupid, but I actually start believing that y'all are not even fucking playing, that y'all are real dead ass serious, thinking that because you share a similar skin complexion when you're not fucking bleaching it, that gives you automatic access to Black American culture. And it just simply does not. Well, we're black, we're black, we're black. And that's to silence and erase Black Americans. You're a dark skin colonizer. I'll call you this.
See, that centering yourself, trying to shame me with that, it don't work. Because I'm centering myself. As soon as you enter my space, you have just entered a foundational Black American movie. And I'm the star of this movie. You're an extra in it. Of course I'm centering myself. Would you like me to center your culture? Would that make you feel better? Because I'm not going to do that. So when they try to say, you guys are centering yourselves. Duh. Of course I am. This is my ethnic group. This is my rich culture. This is my history. So of course it's going to be the star of the movie when you enter in these kind of spaces.
There is nothing in the picture that represents the people that it.
I want to piggyback off of what this great sister said. It's not even Africa centered. It is Ghana centered. They want, in the United States of America, they want on Juneteenth for you to celebrate those who stole Africans. That is what's infuriating about it. And I've watched several videos of hers about this. And I just want to follow up because she's leaving out a big part of it. In the United States of America, this comes from Galveston, Texas. But African selling ancestors, those who are the ancestors of those who sold human beings, want to celebrate Juneteenth. Please stop leaving that part out. Please. There was no country on the African continent more prolific than trading human beings than Ghana. Yes, it wasn't called Ghana then. So this is the part she keeps leaving out, and I wanted to say it loud. Ghana is celebrating Juneteenth in Ghana. No, they're not. They are having a reparations meeting 7 years to the day that Black Americans went to Congress in the United States of America asking for reparations. It was June 19th, 2019, when Black Americans had a reparations hearing in Congress. It is 7 years to the day. Ghana now is trying to take back their apology for their ancestors selling human beings into slavery, which they enslaved their own fellow tribes, and then decided, hey, let's get more money for them by selling them to the Europeans. Let's get more money for the people that we were already capturing. It is May 2026, and there are still 15 violent and deadly tribal conflicts in Ghana. Ghana has a U.S. military base on Accra International Airport. Ghana has an FBI attaché headquarters in Accra, Ghana. They have the NYPD in Accra, Ghana. And now they have a European Union military agreement in Ghana. So they are still in the business of destabilizing Africa, selling out Africans, and they want you to celebrate Juneteenth and talk about reparations. They want money. They want money for selling human beings into slavery. Say it loud. Juneteenth in Ghana is not about a celebration. It's about how are they going to divvy up the reparations that they want for selling human beings into slavery. So that is a double, triple slap in the face. You sold human beings, now you want reparations, and now you want to have Juneteenth to divvy up them reparations. Fuck Ghana.
Listen, Auntie just went crazy and ain't told no lies. And this whole thing ain't about hate. It's about respect. And since y'all ain't showing it, we gotta take it. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out.